Namaste, beautiful people. Welcome back to our 30-day challenge, and today is day 12 and it's all about strength. So I want us to channel into our inner strength as well as our actual physical strength, which is going to be focusing a lot on legs today and a little bit on the arms. In fact, just a full rounder today. So do what you can, and remember, if something's a little bit too much for you, you're always welcome to take a child's pose. And of course, welcome to the jungle. We've got some beautiful birds around, and I've also got some mosquitoes, which I'm sure are going to love my blood while I'm enjoying my flow, but that's okay. I'll just have to swat them away every now and then. So I'm sorry if I'm swatting myself. Okay guys, I think we're going to hop right into it. So come to the top of your mats, just like yesterday, with your toes together, heels slightly apart. Of course, as usual, we're going to tune into the body first. So engage the legs, engage the core, sucking up and in. Also engaging through the pelvic floor. This is a really important area, guys. So what you want to imagine, and it may sound a little crude, is if you're trying to hold, if you need to go for a wee, and you've got to hold it all in, that's the kind of sensation you want to have while you're standing here. Really sucking everything up and in, engaging the pelvic floor muscles as well. With time, engaging the Mula Bandha, it's called. It's one of the locks in the body. You'll start to really concentrate on not only sucking in the pelvic floor up and in during standing postures, you'll also start to concentrate when you're in downward facing dog and things like that, but that will come with time. It's absolutely amazing for stability. It's also amazing for the pelvic floor because it keeps it nice and strong, especially for your mamas out there who've had babies and things like that. Okay, so close your eyes. Let's take 5 deep breaths. Engage your Ujjayi breath here. Inhale your hands to the sky, touch them above the head. If you feel right, if it feels right, take a little back bend and exhale from the hips all the way down, and again bend the knees whenever you need to. Maybe you want to stretch a bit through the side body, walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat and have a little stretch here. And then walk them over to the right and have a little stretch of the right side of the body. Come back to the center, grab your elbows and allow everything to hang nice and heavy. Really tune into the inner body, sucking up through the pelvis, through the muscles and the stomach, engaging everything here. Keeping your feet nice and strong. On an inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, fold forward. And let's take a step into our first plank. Engage the legs, engage the bum, engage the core. Really suck it up, guys. And if you need to drop your legs, then do that. Now let's come down into our Chaturanga. Start to lean forward, bring your arms down, go all the way to the ground and inhale into your back bend. You can take a full cobra like I'm doing, or you can take a baby cobra, whatever feels better for you. Maybe move from side to side ever so slightly. And then back down. Let's send our hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Keep your dog nice and strong, feeling that inner strength. Send your tailbone up towards the sky. And on an inhale, let's lift the right leg up only as high as you can. Start to bend the knee, look forward, and step that foot to the front of the mat, or at least as high up as you can, and then get that foot between the palms. We're going to inhale, coming up into a high lunge, hands above the head, look up towards the sky. Stay nice and strong in your foundation. As you exhale, start to open up through the feet, the back foot, sorry, and open up through the arms to warrior two. Keeping nice and strong in the legs, feeling the inner strength. Inhale, lean forward. As you exhale, take that left arm down the back leg and reach up towards the sky, looking up. Now straighten through the front leg, and we're going to come down into our triangle. Take your hand either to the below the knee, above the knee, or all the way down to the ground. Open up the hips, look up, and give a nice smile towards the universe. Start to bend through that front knee, open up to your warrior two once again. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. Stay nice and strong here, guys. Pulling your arms away from each other. Feel like you're a warrior. Perfect name for this pose. One more deep breath. Maybe go a little bit deeper just for that last bit. And then straighten through the front leg. Let's face the long edge of our mat by turning that front foot to also a 45-degree angle to the mat. And we're going to start to bend forward from the hips. Using all of your strength, we're just going to come into a 90-degree angle from the ground. Stay here. If you need to put a micro bend in your knees, then do that. Or try to keep them straight, lifting up through the knees. On an inhale, maybe take your hands away from the heart and start to draw them forward, looking ahead of you. Smile and just enjoy the strength of the body. You've got this. Just for 2 breaths. Inhale, hands to the hips. Use the strength of your legs to lift you up. Push the body up with the legs. Brilliant. Now let's open up through the left foot, facing towards the left side. We're going to come down into our warrior two. Same thing on the other side. Opening through the hips. If you guys need to take a break, remember there's no shame in that. Lean as low as you can down, strengthening through the legs. Let's hold this for 5 breaths. 1. We've got this. The inner strength will shine through. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Start to straighten through that leg, coming down into triangle. Take your hand to your shin, wherever you need to put that hand. If you can take it all the way down to the ground. Oh, I've got a little caterpillar on my mat. I'm so sorry, I've got to move him. I don't want him getting squished by my foot. Off you go. That's quite a thing to happen during yoga, isn't it? Look up towards the sky. Keep your legs nice and strong. And then bend through that left leg once again. Coming back into your warrior two. Sucking in the pelvis, sucking up the belly. Feeling that inner strength, guys. You've got this. Now let's turn that back foot so that the heel is off the ground. Heels off the ground, we're back into our high lunge. Hands up towards the sky. Look up if you can. If you can't, just look straight ahead. Hands up, or you can take them to your heart center if that's too much. One more breath. And bring your hands to frame this left foot, sending the left foot back into your plank. Just hold your plank. If you need to drop your knees, then drop them. And let's take our Chaturanga once again. Lean forward ever so slightly. Come down. On your inhale, take a back bend of your choice. Either a baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale your hips up to the sky. Into your downward facing dog. Walk out the legs just for a moment. Let's take a nice, quick, much needed child's pose here. Send your hips back and down. Take your forehead to the mat and your arms by the side. Take one more deep breath here, guys. On an inhale, come up into a seat. Inhale your hands to the sky. Take a back bend if that feels right for you. Look up. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Release it all out the mouth. Good job. Building that inner strength as well as the physical strength is so important for life and so important for our yoga practice. Let's walk our hands forward, come back into downward facing dog. Stretching through the legs, through the spine. It's just such a beautiful posture, this. On an inhale, we're going to lift the left leg this time as high as you can. And bend through the leg, taking the left leg between your palms. Hold that just for a second and then step it up. If you need to move the foot forward to get into position, that's okay. Now let's walk our hands to the middle of the mat. If you need to bend your legs, do that. Coming back into our wide-legged forward fold. Now we're just going to do like a little dance here, so keep your legs bent, move towards the left side and just stretch the inner left leg for a second. Walk over to the left and stretch the inner right. And now maybe even just move the body from left to right, walking across the mat. Only if it feels right. And when you're ready, become still. If you need to bend the legs, take your hands to your heart center. Inhale, using your strength, come up into a 90-degree angle from the ground again. Engaging through the legs, through the thighs. If you can, we're going to take our arms forward once again, or just stay here, that's fine. Or even just come down and rest whenever you need. Inhale, hands forward. Smile. Enjoy life, enjoy the strength of the body. One more breath, you've got this. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lift up. Fantastic job, guys. Let's hop our feet to the center of the mat. Now we're going to do a little hip opener as well as a balancing pose. So really stabilize this right foot. I've got a bit of a funny ground here to stand on. So let's see how this goes. Lift up your left leg. Hold it in the air just for a second. Start to open through that leg. Bend on the right leg. And we're going to place the right on the left. If this is enough, stay here. And just engage the glute and enjoy the sensation. If you can get lower and your hips are open enough, go very slowly using the strength of the standing leg And maybe even rest your forearms onto that hip that's open. And just stay there. Keep this foot engaged. Keep the toes pointing away from you, or towards the body, should I say. Take one more inhale wherever you are. You've got this. You channel that inner strength and let's lift up wherever we are. If you fall out, don't worry. Inhale, ooh, and I fell out. And let's bring our feet to meet each other, have a little shake out. We're going to do the same on the other side, so find a stable position with this left foot. Inhale the right to the sky. If you need to hold it, do that. And start to bend that leg. That was a howler monkey, by the way, in case you think, what was that? And then start to place that foot on the left leg. Slowly come down. If this is enough, stay here and just use that stability, the strength of your leg. Come all the way down into a seat and see if you can rest your forearms onto that leg. Only if this is comfortable and possible for you. Don't force anything here. We're just going to take one more deep breath. Don't worry if you fall. Now inhale, using your strength, come up. Lift that leg off slowly and then place it on the ground. Fantastic work, guys. I'm going to just come to the top of my mat. If you do so as well, come back into standing. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths here. If you need to exhale out of the mouth, then do that. Inhale your hands to the sky. Take a mini back bend if you would like to. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Plant your hands on the ground and we're going to step back to our plank. Hold your plank nice and strong, strong through the shoulders, lifting them up towards the sky, as if you're trying to push them completely away from each other. And then exhale wherever you would like. You can go down to the belly and take a baby cobra, or inhale up into a full cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale your hips into downward facing dog. Beautiful. I hope you're channeling that inner strength. I hope you're sweating. I sure am. I'm sweating, especially because of the humidity here in Costa Rica. It's beautiful, but it is hot, I can tell you that. Get nice and strong through the arms. And let's drop our knees down to the ground and take one more child's pose. Send your hips back, and forehead down to the ground, arms by the side of the body. Close your eyes and just channel into the inner body. Take one more deep breath. On an inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Maybe take a back bend, looking behind you. And then your hands to your heart center. Lean forward, inhale, take in all that nature. Exhale, bend through the spine and push away. Pushing away from the spine, opening up through the shoulder blades. Can you hear those howler monkeys, guys? They're crazy. They're always up in the trees. Inhale, take it all in, and exhale, push it away. There they go. Inhale, take it all in. Open up through the arms, arch the back. And then come into a neutral spine. We're going to finish off our strengthening flow with a little bit of boat pose. I know we're doing a fair bit of boat pose at the moment. It's just such a great way to build the core strength. So sit up nice and tall. I'm going to find a little stable bit on all these funny little rocks I'm sitting on. Now start to lean backwards. Look up, but not too high. Sort of try to keep your neck in line with the spine. Lift the legs off the ground. You can keep your hands behind your knees if this is better for you. Or you can straighten them out in front of you. Let go. Breathe in that beautiful oxygen. Maybe, just maybe, you try to straighten one leg and then take it down. Maybe you need to grab behind your knees. And then maybe try to straighten the other leg. Maybe take it back down. It's okay, hold it as long as you can. When you need to come out of it, come out of it. Maybe straighten both legs. Grab behind the knees and let's come down and give our legs a nice hug here. Good job. Whatever it is you managed there, it's still a good job. Doesn't matter if you didn't manage too much of it. Okay, we're going to do butterfly, one of my favorite poses. Our strengthening poses are done, guys. We're going to start to wind down now. So take your feet to meet each other, the soles of the feet. If your knees are up here, just remember that's fine. Sit up nice and tall. And just enjoy the stretch, whatever it is you can get from this. If you can allow your knees to fall open, then just let them fall open. Allow your feet to be open like a book as well. Really pushing the soles of the feet together. Slowly come forward. Just as far as feels comfortable. You can even rest your forearms onto the legs. Keep your face facing down and try to keep your spine nice and long. Very lightly engage the core here. If you can come down onto the forearms, and come down onto the forearms. And just hold this. We're going to hold this for 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes. Keep your spine nice and long, keep the neck nice and long. Shoulders away from the ears. And let's take our breaths. Fantastic. Start to walk your hands up. And let's bring our feet with the left leg coming towards the right buttock and the right leg on top. So you can either just stay here, hold on and sit up, but we're going to do Gomukhasana legs again. If you want to go into the full expression, start to lean forward. You can even prop your hips up onto some books or a block or a pillow, something that can elevate your hips up high like this, and it'll be more accessible to you as well. But if you can sit between your feet, then great. Come all the way down, hands onto your knees. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. And I think we're going to do the same with our shoulders as well. So inhale your right arm to the air. Take it behind you, bending it, and you can use your left hand just to pull it behind you. Stay here if this is enough. If you'd like to try and do the full expression of the pose, you're going to bend through the left arm and try to grab your fingertips behind your back. If you can grab the right fingertips, then great, you've got it. As long as there's no pain, then you've got the full expression. If not, just stay in one of the other 2 modifications and just enjoy a gentle stretch. Close your eyes, sit up tall. Let's take 3 deep inhales here. Now let's release the hands wherever you were, and let's take our left arm to the right leg and look over the right shoulder, taking a deep twist here or a gentle twist, whatever feels better for you. Come back to the center. Let's release that leg. You can release the top leg, lift it up if it was all the way down, and then bring it to the center and give it a little squeeze. Let's do the same on the other side. So we're going to take our right leg towards our left buttock and our left leg on top, and you can just stay here with that leg up like this. That's absolutely fine, and just enjoy the sensation here. We'll come all the way into Gomukhasana legs or cow face legs. Lean forward, bring your knees to meet each other. Open up through the feet and sit back down. This pose, guys, used to be so uncomfortable for me because my hips were really quite tight in the beginning of yoga, and they actually still are quite tight. Considering I've been doing it for more than 4 years, they're still a bit stubborn. But that's okay. So everybody is different. Everybody's body will open up at its own pace, in its own time. And remember, there's no shame in elevating your hips up if you need to, or just taking that really easy modification of the pose. Let's do the same with the arms. So inhale the left arm up to the air, bend through the arm, hold on to that elbow, and you can just stay here. Breathe into this, stretching through that tricep here on the left side. Or you can take the right arm behind your back and interlace the fingers behind the back. If you can grab onto the left fingers, then fantastic. You've got a little bind behind you here. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. Gently engage the abdomen. Close your eyes, and even here, just tune into that inner strength that we all possess. Maybe tell yourself, I am strong. Send your breath deep into your belly. We're just going to take 2 more here. When you're ready, if you have your fingers behind the back, release them. Release the arms wherever they were. Give them a little wobble out. And let's take our twist. Right arm to the left leg and look over this left arm here. Stretching through the spine, giving a nice little spinal twist. Inhale your hands to the sky. Smile up to the heavens. Exhale down. Let's release the legs. Start to roll onto that the right hip. Lift that left leg up and then bring it to the other side of the right foot. And let's squeeze that leg in towards the body. Give it a little squeeze. And then let's come back onto our sit bones. We're going to very slowly roll back onto our spines, taking our final resting pose, Shavasana. So, sitting up nice and tall, take your hands out in front of you and roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. Oh, it's really lovely looking up at these trees, guys. If you're doing yoga outside, you'll know what I mean. If you're not, when you close your eyes, just imagine the trees with the sunshine coming through them. Widen your legs just a little bit more than hip distance apart. Your hands a few inches away from the body. Close your eyes. And let's just breathe and enjoy this moment. Allow the whole body to become really heavy into the ground. Now try to channel that inner strength that you have by allowing every thought that you have to just pass. It takes a certain amount of patience and strength to allow those thoughts to pass without you feeling irritable that they were there in the first place. It's completely natural that the mind will wander. But one thing we want to try to learn with yoga is to not stop those thoughts, but to learn how to stop them from controlling us. So just become still and heavy here. Allow your lips to part ever so slightly. Keep the tip of your tongue at the roof of the mouth, but allow the rest of the tongue to fall away, creating space and relaxation. Relax that space between the eyebrows. And just feel how the body tingles from what you've done for it today. I'm going to be silent for just a moment so that you can have some time to completely channel into your own body. I'll meet you in a minute. If you would like to stay here for longer, then I wish you to enjoy the rest of your Shavasana. For those of you that want to close your practice with me, start to move the fingertips, feeling that energy coming back into the body, and then start to wiggle the toes and move the ankles. Lift the forearms off the ground and start to rotate the wrists. And then inhale above the head, interlacing the fingers and pushing away from the feet, really stretching through the body. Enjoying this moment. With the eyes closed, start to roll over onto the side body. Just take one breath here. And then inhale yourself up into a seat, still with the eyes closed. Any seat of your choice. Hands on the knees, sit up nice and tall. Shoulders behind the back. On an inhale, take your hands to the sky. Take in all that positive energy and draw it back into your heart center. Bow your head to your hands. Thank yourself for showing up today. You've done such an incredible job. I'm so proud of all of you. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. You can bat your eyelids open. Namaste.